Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessie. For those of you who have seen my other videos, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about traveling alone. The first time I ever traveled alone was back in 2017. I started doing it because I love to travel, and it's just, for whatever reason, friends or family couldn't go, and I still wanted to go, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll go by myself. So I ended up booking a flight to LA. That was the first time I ever flew solo. That was the first time I ever like gone out alone. I went to a few bars when I was in LA. First time I ever went out to eat alone. I feel like at first it was a little weird, but like, spending time to yourself, it's kind of relaxing, you know. You just get to, you're doing whatever you want. It's on like your terms. The whole vacation, you see what you want to see, you don't see what you don't. I feel like I will say though, especially depending on who I go with, like sometimes I'm much more motivated to do stuff. I feel like my vacations by myself are usually lazier, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes that's why I want to go on vacation, because I just don't want to do stuff. But yeah, when I go on vacation with my aunt, she like plans out an itinerary. It's like, this time we're going to be here, you gotta wake up by this time. Yeah, which that's fun sometimes, but yeah, sometimes I just want to relax and chill. Yeah, that was the first time in 2017, and then last year actually I went 2 places alone. So first in January I went to Rome, which that was super fun, and it wasn't that expensive, surprisingly. I went in between semesters, so I knew I wanted to go somewhere. I just put the dates on Google Flights, and I saw where like the cheapest places were to go, and it was either Rome or Spain. And I decided on Rome just because I feel like when I go to Spain, I want to be able to spend more time there. But the flight round trip from New York City was like $360, which is like amazing. There were 2 flights going there and 2 flights going back. And my flight coming back, I think the whole row that I was in was empty. There were like 3 seats and then like 4 and then 3 more. So I was like 10. I was like one person in the whole row of like 10 people. There were people like spread out, laying across. They would lift up the armrest, just lay across, but I was just sitting there watching movies the whole time and like eating food and drinking the drinks. But that was super fun. When I first got there, I booked it. I wanted to stay in a hotel and an Airbnb. I don't know why, just to get the experience of both. I feel like depending on where I am and what I'm doing, I like a hotel better than an Airbnb. I feel like a hotel or resort much better if you're going on like an all-inclusive vacation. But if you're just going to like explore a city, I feel like Airbnb was better. I definitely enjoyed my time more, and I feel like I got much more value for my Airbnb. The hotel I stayed in for like 3 nights, I think. Yeah, 3 nights. I'll try to include some pictures of it. So yeah, the hotel, I stayed there for 3 nights. It had a cool elevator. It kind of reminded me of the Lizzie McGuire movie. That's also why I was kind of excited to go, because I used to love that movie. Then my 3rd day, well actually when I got there from the airport, when I walked out of the airport, I was trying to go on my phone to like look up for like an Uber or something to my hotel. And then some guy comes over to me and he's like, "Oh, you're looking for like a cab?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he like takes my bags and I'm like, "Okay." And he starts like wheeling them, and we're like walking like a mile to his like van. And I'm like, I could get kidnapped right now, but I don't know. And then he was driving me around. Well, he was driving me to the hotel. And stupid me didn't ask for like a price or anything. I should have thought about that in advance, but yeah, I just blindly got in this guy's car, And when we were driving there, he was like showing me things. It was like a little tour, so I was like, whatever. It was like, this is that, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was just telling me all about stuff. And then we get there and he's like, oh, that'll be like $140, I think it was. Something crazy. Like, I was just like, oh, sure, here you go. But yeah, I definitely recommend planning out ahead and like trying to look up and get an idea of cabs. I'll try to like maybe figure out exactly how far it was for what I got paid for it. Because when I switched to my Airbnb, the Airbnb host was like so nice. And he offered to, on my way back, like schedule a car to come and pick me up. So I was like, yeah, sure, like it can't be worse than before. So I ended up getting picked up in like a Mercedes like E-Class, which was much nicer than the van that I was in on the way back, and it was only like $45 like back to the airport. So like a third of the money, and it was like roughly the same distance. Like, I'm gonna try to figure that out exactly, and I'll like write it here if I do. If not, just know I was not really robbed, but robbed. Yeah, so, but other than that, like, it was really good. And Rome was just so nice. Like, the architecture is just so different than New York City. Yeah, I don't know. There's like so much old stuff here. It's like the oldest buildings are like maybe like 200 years old. But there's a lot of nice stuff. I was like, from my Airbnb, it was Sunday, and I woke up and like that was my last full day there. I had a flight like Monday morning, like 4 a.m. So that was my last full day there. So I was like, you know, we're gonna get the most of this. So I walked to the Vatican, and I wanted to go to the Sistine Chapel, but it turns out that it's closed on Sundays, and I was like, oh shit. But I ended up accidentally stumbling in on like, they were doing a whole mass, and then the Pope came out and was like talking to everybody, and I was like, oh, I guess I came at like the right time to see that. Then I walked back home to the Airbnb. Yeah, that was super nice, honestly. And I ended up walking like 11 miles that day. I tracked on my Apple Watch. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Just like traveling, if you want to go somewhere and like no one else, you know, wants to or whatever, you just do it yourself. You know, I feel like you gotta live your life. And you meet cool people. Like I met, like when I was in LA, I met cool people. Especially the next trip I'm gonna talk about, I met some cool people too. But yeah, Rome was like super nice. I definitely recommend going there. And like, I'm gonna try to put like a picture or a video of my like Airbnb. That was really nice, and it was not like, it was a little more than the hotel, but I got like a whole apartment to myself. I really enjoyed that. And then also last year, that was in January that I went to Rome. In April, I went to to Coachella for the first time. That was super fun. Also, that it just worked out that I was going alone. Either my friends didn't want to spend that much money, which I get it, like that was a lot of money, or they just didn't, I don't know, just couldn't go. But I ended up meeting really cool people there. But yeah, that was, I want to do another video about like the whole cost of Coachella overall, because like that deserves its own video for people to know. But yeah, I feel like just in general, if you want to do something, it doesn't even have to be traveling alone, but like I feel like so many people I know are just like, they don't even want to go out to eat by themselves. And I feel like you have to be able to do things on your own. Yeah, it's just like a necessary step. Yeah, I feel like I'm so like comfortable being on my own now. Yeah, now I'm here talking to a camera by myself. Yeah, so that's my story. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like it, subscribe. I definitely want to do a video about Coachella more specifically. I'll talk about it more in depth, but in its own video, because there's just a lot going on there. I'm actually going back this year. It's February now, so wow, it's actually February 9th, so it's in 2 months from today. That's crazy how fast time flies. I'm excited. I definitely liked the lineup last year better, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun. And like I said, I met really cool people last year I ended up hanging out with. I met them on that Saturday. It's a 3-day thing, Coachella. So I ended up hanging out with them all day Sunday, getting to see Ariana Grande with them, which was pretty cool. But yeah, so I definitely recommend doing stuff by yourself if you guys are thinking about it. Traveling is like a big step. Like, especially if you're, when I was going to another country, I was just like, I'm the only person I know on this whole continent. But I feel like it opens you up to meeting so many more new people. Like, I feel like if I go out to like a bar or just anywhere with friends, I'm more like, I'm just talking with people I know. Whereas when I go out by myself or do things by myself, it's like I'm more open to meeting new people, and I feel like I definitely seem more approachable. But yeah, so thank you, and see you guys next time.